Washington, Reuters. The United States on Thursday presented for the first time pieces of what it said were Iranian weapons supplied to the Iran-aligned Houthi militia in Yemen, describing it as conclusive evidence that Tehran was violating UN resolutions. The arms included charred remnants of what the Pentagon said was an Iranian-made short-range ballistic missile fired from Yemen on November 4 at King Khaled International Airport outside Saudi Arabia's capital Riyadh, as well as a drone and an anti-tank weapon recovered in Yemen by the Saudis. Iran has denied supplying the Houthis with such weaponry and on Thursday described the arms displayed as fabricated. The United States acknowledged it could not say precisely when the weapons were transferred to the Houthis, and, in some cases, could not say when they were used. There was no immediate way to independently verify where the weapons were made or employed. But U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley expressed confidence the transfers could be blamed on Tehran. These are Iranian-made, these are Iranian-sent, and these were Iranian-given, Haley told a news conference at a military hangar at Joint Base Anacostia Bolling, just outside Washington. All of the recovered weapons were provided to the United States by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, the Pentagon said. Saudi-led forces, which back the Yemeni government, have been fighting the Houthis in Yemen's more than 2-year-long civil war. The unprecedented presentation, which Haley said involved intelligence that had to be declassified, is part of President Donald Trump's new Iran policy, which promises a harder line towards Tehran. That would appear to include a new diplomatic initiative. You will see us build a coalition to really push back against Iran and what they're doing, Haley said, standing in front of what she said were the remnants of the November 4 missile. Israel, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, who view Tehran as a threat, seized upon the U.S. presentation in calls on Thursday for international action. Still, it was unclear whether the new evidence would be enough to win support for sanctions on Iran from some UN Security Council members like Russia or China. British UN Ambassador Matthew Rycroft said he didn't think there's anything that could convince some of my council colleagues to take UN action against Iran still, he said we're going to be pursuing with them nonetheless. Under a UN resolution that enshrines the Iran nuclear deal with world powers, Tehran is prohibited from supplying, selling or transferring weapons outside the country unless approved by the UN Security Council. A separate UN resolution on Yemen bans the supply of weapons to Houthi leaders. Iran rejected the U.S. accusations as unfounded, and Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, on Twitter, drew a parallel to assertions by then U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell to the United Nations in 2003 about U.S. intelligence on weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. No weapons of mass destruction were found in Iraq after the U.S.-led invasion. Iran links.